It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another video for The Last of Us. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at The Last of Us Part 2, and I'm going to share my honest opinions. Was it that bad? Before we dive in, I want to throw out a major spoiler alert for The Last of Us Part 2. If you haven't played the game yet or don't want to be spoiled, now is your chance to click away. For the rest of you, stay tuned, we'll be right back to break it down. Before we dive into today's video, I've got some exciting news to share with you. We've just launched brand new merch in our store. If you love the breakdowns and discussions we have here, you're going to love these designs. We've got You're About to Enter the Breakdown Zone, perfect for all you hardcore fans, Breakdown Playground, for those who enjoy diving deep into our content, and Listen, Think, Repeat, to keep you inspired. And of course, our OG design, the good, the bad, and the ugly is in Walking That Style is back by popular demand. So head over to SuperVideos Entertainment Store, check out the new swag, and show your support. The link is in the description. Now let's get into today's video. Alright, as always, before we dive into it, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right into it. So, I've talked about Joel's death in The Last of Us Part 2 before, and back then, I was pretty vocal about my frustration with it. Honestly, playing through that moment for the first time, I hated it. But at the same time, I couldn't deny how much I loved the revenge story concept that followed. It had that raw emotion that really pulled me in. But here's the thing, I've watched that big death moment again, and with some time and perspective, I've learned to appreciate it way more. The emotion, the depth, it's all there, and it hits hard, especially if you look at the callbacks and the parallels between Joel's death and the death of Abby's father, the doctor. That being said, I still think a lot of fans, myself included, weren't able to appreciate it fully at first. And the reason for that, it's not because Joel's death was a bad decision, or that the scene lacked impact, or that the story was bad. No, it's because of how it was executed. Here's my issue. I think the game sacrificed something important to deliver that shock value. They sacrificed the chance to build Joel and Ellie's story further, to deepen their relationship even more. And that's what left so many of us fans feeling let down. They could have given us both the shocking death and that emotional bond between Joel and Ellie. Think about it, we got some pretty cool flashbacks with them, and even with Tommy. But it wasn't enough. Imagine if we'd seen a grown-up Ellie surviving, fighting, alongside a more hardened Joel. Maybe they encounter a dangerous group like the Seraphites or the WLF before the tragedy happens, and it wouldn't have taken away from the impact of Joel's death. In fact, it might have made it hit even harder. But unfortunately, after Joel's death, both of these groups, whether it's the Seraphites or the WLF, became heavily tied to Abby's story. That connection made it impossible for Joel and Ellie to have the kind of deep bond we all craved, especially in the heat of the battle against these enemies. So yeah, while I've come to appreciate Joel's death more over time, I still feel like the story missed some opportunities. And the flashbacks between Joel and Ellie, and Joel, Ellie, and Tommy wasn't quite enough to fill the gap of what they needed to give us in Part 2 of The Last of Us. But as far as Joel's death, the shock was there, the emotion was there, but the connection between Joel and Ellie could have been so much stronger. Now, that's not saying their bond wasn't strong, but it was deepened during the flash forward. And the story, which we didn't really get, they pretty much skipped over it. And they gave us some hand-picked flashbacks that didn't really give us what we really needed to have. And at the end of the day, that's why a lot of fans boil it down to The Last of Us Part 2 sucked because Joel died. But hey, like I said, if they did in fact integrate part of the Seraphites and the WLF story into a storyline where both Joel and Ellie are involved and fighting these enemies, Joel's death may not have had quite as much backlash. Of course, by doing that, they would have had to have Joel's death happen a bit further in the game, and that's also another massive factor. He was killed off way too early. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through in this video. If you haven't seen my earlier videos on this topic, you can check it out. All of those videos are on the channel. You can search them up and find them. Share your thoughts and opinions about this video specifically in the comments here. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about Joel's death and whether you agree with any of the points I made. As always, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.